Alright, I'm going to work on this little 1949 Clinton we got here. And I'm not going to do anything with the block today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get the shroud here and the air filter fixed up. This is crushed up pretty good. It's funny, it's the top is crushed and dented pretty bad and twisted, but the bottom itself is unscathed, so we lucked out there. But anyway, we'll take a better look at this in a minute or so. And then I want to fix the shroud here. The shroud's got a pretty nasty, not nasty, but it's got a dent there that we got to take care of. And if you look at this shroud, the whole shroud is crude at best at a factory. Look at the wrinkles all around the edge here, and the top is even worse. And this is factory. This is what they got. This is what they did back then. Look at all these creases and folds, and just stretched and bent metal. Even the side got like a swale. But that's how they were made back then. Look, the whole way around. So this thing is, like I say, crude at best. So we're not going to get too carried away with it. And this dent down here, I think we can fix this dent without any body putty, because it is flat, and it didn't compromise the edge here at all. So we'll see how well we can straighten that. And then down here on the bottom, it looks like it was not dropped, but abused a little bit. But that's going to be down here, So how crazy you want to get with this, right? And I think I think there's maybe like a little factory dent here, or a swale, but that's just the way they made them back then. I mean, you can get crazy and do this whole thing and make everything perfectly flat and smooth, but then what do you got? You got something that isn't supposed to be. So let me put you on a tripod and show you what we're dealing with this. There's something interesting about this too. I'll show you. So hold on, I'm gonna put you on a tripod. All right, you guys right up here? Can you see? All right. I don't think I mentioned it, but then there's also another. If you look right here, there's like a little factory indent the whole way around here, from here to here. So what are you gonna do? You gonna take all that stuff out? You can't. You can't get goofy. Alright, now let's get back to this. Let me tell you what's going on here. Alright, I got the carburetor here. Get that, let me push that over there. And this here's a white elephant. I've never seen a carburetor like this before that actually hangs under. See, it goes there and it actually hangs under the carburetor like that. It wouldn't be that, there's nothing in the way. Well, the choke might be, but you can actually unscrew this, turn it upside down, and actually mount the carburetor on top. Like that, which is what most engines done. But for some reason, they mounted this under the carb. And like I say, it's a white elephant. But we have very close tolerances here. You see this little, this is actually the choke arm down here. And that's actually right now touching that top of the carburetor. Right here it's not, because it's pushed down. But when this was pushed down, it pushed the other sides here up. So when I pull this out, when I hit both of these sides down, I'm assuming they probably had some kind of gasket on here, maybe a 1/8 inch or 3/16, and that might have given you just enough room to keep that from touching that choke thing there. But anyway, if you look on the side here, you got this mixing jet down here, and that mixing jet, when I'm turning it, you got room there. Let me get my hand out of the way. I don't know if you can see that, but you turn that, and right now it's actually hitting that jet. So we're dealing with very close tolerances here. So we're going to have to just get the best we can, regardless of the looks. But I'm going to show you something that's interesting, right? I tell you, this is a white elephant. I've never seen another carburetor like that hangs underneath. But what I got here is a Briggs carburetor, and they're identical. And I'll tell you why. Because Clinton and Briggs probably bought these off of the same company. I don't know if you can see this, but there's actually a label here. And that label was the United, what does it say here? United Specialties Company. I got some stickers here. My nephew made these up for me a couple years ago. Matter of fact, maybe 5-8 years ago. But anyway, it's United Specialties Company. So Clinton and Briggs actually bought the carburetors from the same company. At least that's what it looks like. You know, I could be wrong. I wasn't there. But anyway, my other Clinton is identical to this, and it's missing an air filter. So it wouldn't be tough. You see, these things actually interchange. You know, like I say, they're identical. That'll go on there, and that can go on there. So that solves the problem I got over there. All I have to do is drill that out or mill that out and put a little ferrule in there, and I could replicate that. So that's good, because I was worried about that when I first got that engine. I said, where am I going to get that air cleaner? And I had one in stock. So that's what we're going to do. Let's try and straighten this thing and do the best we can with it. Alright, let's have a look at this here. Let's see. First, let's look on the bottom and see where we've got to straighten. Looks like from about here to here. This actually has to come in because that was pushed out. Alright. Now this dent on the top here. First of all, let me tell you, this video is probably going to be just a lot of beating and banging and pushing and pulling and stuff like that. So if you guys want to leave, I understand. But those of you that stay, I appreciate it. So like I was saying, this dent on top looks bad. You know, it probably looks worse in the camera. But and we can't get to it from the bottom, you know, because you got this big thing in the way, and there's no way of banging that out. So that's just going to have to stay. And luckily, that must have been hit so hard that it actually didn't push the rest of the top here, the cap out. Usually when you push it dent in, the sides come out, and it didn't happen that way with this. And like I say, it looks worse than it really is. You know, it's not even. I'd say there's maybe we'll have to put about 1/8 of an inch of putty in there, and you know, I'm okay with that. But anyway, let's start trying to pull this out and see what we got. Just take little bites out of it. I don't even know where I got this wrench. This wrench is probably 40, 50 years old, and it looks like it's never used. Made in Japan, a Japanese wrench. The Japs make some good stuff. Alright, yeah, I'm just going to ease a little bit at a time. It's tougher than it looks. This is pretty strong stuff. I know the shroud's about 18 gauge steel there. Oh man, oh, Road King. Let me get something I can get a better grip on it. The problem is I can't really hold on to this thing that tight. Alright. Still has to come out. Still has to come out a little bit. And actually, if I push this down, it's not going. It's too strong. Too strong. Let me get a little hammer. Maybe we can beat that down a little bit. It'll go away. Alright. Yeah, I got a little rubber mallet here. I mean, I'm not going to be beating on it. I'm just going to be tapping on it. and a dead blow. And I'm using these because, you know, they got soft edges on them, so I won't damage anything. And just a little bit of pulling on there. Got it pretty close. But what I did notice, you know, it's still, we've got to move our lines in. Let me get the magic marker. Matter of fact, let's mark where we're going to be. We're good. We're good up to here right now. So that's about an inch. And then right about here. So we actually straightened it, the outside side in a little better. So let me wipe them marks off so as not to confuse anybody. And then, you know what I noticed when I was looking at it? This, I don't know how well you can see it, but this isn't perfectly round. I mean, it's this factory round. You know, they punched it out and called it good. So if you pick a good edge, like right here, to see how close it is, you can see it's closer there, and then it widens out. So it's this is going to be crewed at best too, but we're going to make it the best we can. Like I said, we're going to try and pull this out just a little bit more. It's actually looking pretty good. Alright. Yeah, that's right here. As a matter of fact, well, I got you here. Well, that line's right. And this line. So we still got to pull it out a little bit more. Let's see, we're not going to get perfection here. You guys still with me? It's probably getting a little boring for you. This might help some of the younger guys that want to do their own body work. Alright, that's actually pretty good. But like I said, these sides got to come in. So I'm gonna just tap it a little bit. And like I said, I'm using a rubber hammer. And actually under my diaper here, this is a 1/2 inch rubber mat. So got plenty of stuff taking up the absorption for me here. Is that a word? Absorption? It looks like it just has to come in a little bit. Alright. And it's funny, just by doing that, if you look on the side here, actually, it's going to be a little cattywampus, but this is a lot better than it was, because that was a push way down. If you look at where my thumb is at, I'll bring it a little closer to you. Just look at the tip of my thumb, and then we'll spin it. And right there, it's just barely touching. And then it comes out about 1/8 of an inch, and that's it. So over this whole area, we're only out about 1/8 of an inch. So I'm going to go put this in a vise now, and we'll try and just beat this down a little bit at the top, because this top is crinkled up a little bit. So let's go get that. This came out a lot better than I thought it was. I thought we were going to have trouble with that. And don't forget, this is all going to be hidden. I could probably paint it like that. You never see it. Look. Put the carburetor on there. You never see it. Alright. Let's go over to the vise. Alright. We're not going to get this perfect. And even though I got this round edge pretty good, I surprise myself sometimes. We're going to leave that like that. And I'm going to try and take his dent out just a little bit. You know? The more we take it out, the better. So what I got is, I got this little rod here. One of my engine buddies, Tom, made this for me. He actually made this to make holes in gaskets and stuff. But this is perfect for the job. I don't know what that is. Maybe 3/8 ball, 3/8 BB welded on there, and it's going to fit right in behind here. And I'm going to see if we can push that out just a little bit. Don't take much. It's actually working pretty good. Just that little bit. Look at that. Look at that, just that little bit helped a whole lot. I'm going to dick around just a little bit more here. Matter of fact, I think I can actually use this other ball. Not too big. Too big. That would have been too convenient, huh? Yeah, you young guys can't be scared of this stuff. It's just metal. It'll come out. The worst you could do is dent it, and it's already dented. Okay, wow. Look at that. It came out pretty good. As my buddy Howard would say, pretty darn good. Now, let me stick it in here. Now I want to try and flatten this top piece a little bit. You know, instead of trying to get it perfect with the hammer there, I'm going to use a chisel with a round end here, and see what we can do. Oh, that worked good. That one over there. Like I say, it's going to take a little putty, but not much, especially for this dent up top. But we got that pretty good. So let's go back over to the table there. Yeah, sometimes you mess with it too much. You see, I was just looking at that dent right on the. Sorry about that. I was just looking at this dent here, right on that line. You know, that I made from the pliers, and I'm thinking, you know, if I try and straighten that, I'll probably just screw the pooch. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's best to leave things like that alone. But I can't. I got this thing here. Let me see what I can do with it. It ain't gonna work. It's gonna be too small. Okay, that's actually a good gauge. That little ball could tell me that that's all good. All right, yeah, I'm good. I'm happy with that. I'm tickled silly with that. So let's go back over to the bench. All right, let's have a look at it here. Got my little baby brown and sharp square here. Where you guys at? Out there? Let's see how well it is. Can you see that? Can you guys see that? Alright, it's touching. Touching. It's pretty square. Pretty square all the way around. So I'm happy with that. I think right there, I think I missed. So I think it's about 1/28 of an inch off, and we're happy with that. So can't complain. So it shouldn't take too much plastic at all. So we'll call that done for now. Now let's see what we can do with this. Let me clean the table off. Oh, let me zoom you back a little bit too. Sorry about that. Alright, yeah, that was fun. Probably wouldn't be that much fun if it didn't come out as well, right? Alright. Let me clean the bench off a little bit. I'll be right back. Alright. I found me a piece of flat 1/4 inch steel here so we can work on a table. And it's pretty stable, pretty, you know. Up on the top here it's a little wonky, but that's okay. We'll deal with it, right? Alright. Yeah, I couldn't use the magic hammer for this, you know, because I couldn't get it flat, you know, because the end of the handle here, you know, and you don't want to do that because then you just make dings in it and stuff. So I can't use the magic hammer. So what I did, I found a piece of round stock, and took it over to the grinder, or the sander, and it was flat. It had a little titty on it though, just like back here. You see that little titty? So I had to put it in a sander and smooth it down, and then just radius the edges a little bit so it didn't make any big marks. So I'm going to use this hammer, you know, ball peen, but we're going to hit it. We're going to use this and then hit it. I even got a bigger one in case I have to, a little persuader. But oh, you know what? Let me get my earplugs because it's going to be loud. You guys too. Anybody with headphones on, be forewarned. Got my hearing protection on, so if it sounds like I'm yelling, it's because I am. All right, let's see what we got here. I think we're going to need the persuader. Getting better, getting better. Yep, much better. Pretty good. All right, let me dick around with that for a little bit, and then I'll turn you guys back on. All right. Yeah, I like that. I like that. Pretty good. Pretty good there. Get this corner a little bit here. Much better, much better. Alright, I'm going to call that good. I'm going to grind it down, and I might use a little glazing putty only because, I don't know if you can see it, but got some pitting down here, you know, more so than the rest of it. So I think maybe I'll just give it a real smooth coat there. So I'm happy with that. We'll hit it with a grinder and see what it looks like. Alright, put your headphones on or turn your volume down. Alright, let me clean this up a little bit and we'll turn you back on. Alright, yeah, I'm going to wait a little more and finish sanding this down outside, because there's a little too much rust on there. It's going to fill this place up. Even at that little bit, it's clouding the whole place up, so we're going to wait a little more and do that, but maybe tonight I'll grind this down, grind that up and get this all ready for putty. Alright. Alright, I got it with the grinding disc around most of it, but to get all the nooks and crannies, I got the little die grinder in there, so get it. Even I use a real pointy one. The real pointy one got in the little cracks, crevices around here, around the edge. So we should be alright. Alright. It's about 11 o'clock now, so I guess I'll see you guys outside tomorrow. We'll finish grinding all that rust off of there, and I don't know if maybe I'll come back tonight and slap some putty on this and get this out of the way. We'll see. I don't know. This will give me a chance to see how long this video is anyway, so alright, see you guys tomorrow. Alright, little change of plan here. My compressor just crapped out. It's still running and making air and everything, but the unloader valve right here, this little valve, started leaking out this little side hole here. It's making air and stuff. It's just getting a bad leak. So I just ordered one of these, and it's cheaper to get the whole thing than to get the part. You know, it's only like 14 bucks for this this whole shut off thing. So should be here tomorrow. But meanwhile, I'll finish the body work up. It looks like the video is around 26 minutes or 27 minutes or so. So I'll just do this body work. I won't put you through that agony. And do this, and then when my valve comes in for the compressor, I can take it outside and grind that all down. Clean it up. Alright. We'll see you tomorrow. Alright. We got that ground down and shined up pretty good. So gonna take this out and prime it and paint it. Go paint that green. Alright. Yeah, I'm happy with the way both of them came out. I'm really surprised the bodywork on this one, because it was pretty bad. It was crushed pretty good. But I don't think you'll be able to tell that it was crushed. And this here just came out nice too. As bad and wrinkled and crinkled as that is, looks okay. Alright, yeah, this one here, it looks like it's primer, but it's not. That's that silver gray. And I even put clear on top of it, trying to give it a little bit of a sheen. And that's the final color. That's what it's going to be. Alright, this video is probably getting pretty long, so hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, sometimes it's not all about throwing engines together and everything. This is all part of it. It's all gotta be done for the engine to look right. So. Alright, I don't know what we're going to be doing in the next one. Maybe paint the blocker. I have to modify the fuel tank holder. This one, the fuel tank holder on this one was actually attached to the machine it was on. And I'm going to have to modify it, and I'm going to attach it to the shroud like the other one. So, alright. So, appreciate you guys watching, and what do you say? Enough of this? Alright. See you in the next one.